I want to talk a little bit about retailers now in terms of catalog product. Obviously, early on, I would imagine brick and mortar retailers, particularly Walmart, Best Buy, were really eager to have those big, like, action movies, talk about science fiction. Over the years, they've sort of scaled back on their catalog DVD product that they're willing to devote shelf space to in stores. Are you seeing them excited about catalog product? Are they warming up to it? Are they starting to really go after that market anymore?
Well, we're excited about the average retail price, which is going up with Blu-ray. One of the problems we have in the business, in the standard DVD, as well as Blu-ray, the biggest problems with retailers is shelf space. I know the Turkeys are around here somewhere, but I believe as of last week there were close to 120,000 titles mastered and released since 1997, the inception of DVD. And today, probably the largest specialty retailer of DVDs in the country, Best Buy, is stocking around 2,500, maybe 3,000 titles in their store, which creates opportunities for companies like Amazon, who have virtual shelf space, to make available a broad breadth of assortment. So what tends to happen is that the retailers who are actively involved with DVD today are gravitating toward the best titles, the best mixes, being very particular about what they're putting on the shelf, because there's a great wealth of titles to choose from, and they're being very selective. So as a studio and a label, our job is to try to find other ways to monetize the library, given that the retailers are dealing with a very limited amount of shelf space to work with. So MOD, as an example, is an opportunity to reach a broad audience with niche films, films that are out of distribution. Warner, we're doing that, many other studios are doing it as well. And again, online is a great opportunity because of the virtual shelf space.
Anything else want to add? I know the MOD is interesting because Warner and Sony and all those studios have started doing the manufacturing on demand, really deep catalog product on DVD, stuff that you wouldn't find in the store, and it might be a very real niche product, but there's still a demand out there for it. There's still a small audience out there for it.
I just wanted to add back on the Blu-ray point is, I think when you look at the transition as we've always known, when we count to a degree on, support from Blu-ray or from Best Buy and Amazon, but I think when you look at the mass retailers, particularly over the last year, at a time of terrible contraction in the marketplace, terrible contraction in our economy, to see them invest in the category and maintain the space and not abandon it in many ways. I mean, when you've got a fixture at Walmart that's dedicated just to Blu-ray titles, and it's a couple of hundred Blu-ray titles, I think that's a good sign that there's widespread acceptance, of the format into, both mass retail and mass consumers.
In terms of manufacturing on demand, how is that going? I mean, are you finding that the sales are strong, or is there real interest in the catalog manufacturing on demand program?
The sales are slow, but it's a very cost-effective medium for the studio, because basically you're just taking a file and you're uploading it, and in most cases there isn't restoration work that's done on these MOD files. So the break-even can be a few hundred units because you're not packaging it, you're not creating artwork, you're not shipping it to 5,000, 10,000 stores across the country and paying the freight and so forth. So it's a cost-efficient way to reach consumers who want a particular film and can't find it. It's a good opportunity.
I would say that the MOD line proves how deep the interest of consumers is in these classic titles, and that for consumers, one title is not just like another. And they recognize that. They will go out and buy strongly for certain titles that they have a passion for. And so to be able to support that as a studio, and also to be able to bring, and monetize some of these titles is a really great opportunity.
Now here's a question along those lines. Do you ever foresee a time when the Blu-ray catalog business grows enough that you could do a Blu-ray manufacturing on demand? God, I hope so.
I'm sure that day will come. Again, all of us have thousands of films in our library, so through the gestation process and the evolution, it will definitely happen.
Yeah, because I think that's one thing that a lot of consumers don't realize is we get emails all the time. There's this film coming out on Blu-ray, there's that film coming out on Blu-ray. But you know, everybody's got those favorites, but, you know, there isn't always understanding of the fact that maybe the market is only a few hundred copies for some of these things. So, you know, how do you get those titles out there to people without, you know, in a way that they can take home and enjoy them? But
I think that the Blu-ray on demand is a dream for most, you know, classic film lovers, and so if, you know, that I think it's something that we'd love to see on down the line.
I think we're just about out of time. I want to wrap up with one last question, which is, where do you all see the catalog business of Blu-ray going over the next couple of years and beyond? Do you see opportunities, you know, obviously getting into more deeper catalogs? There's still a lot of major marquee titles that are yet to mine. And, you know, also, as we start getting into 3D, do you see opportunities for catalog titles on Blu-ray 3D in the near or midterm future?
Well, near, I'm not sure. Right now, the cost for converting the 2D to 3D can range from $4 to $6 million. So again, in the short term, it's very problematic financially. But I think over time, as Jim Cameron mentioned this morning, everything looks really good in 3D, some things look better, and clearly we want and we're anxious to get a lot of our films out in 3D. As far as Blu-ray is concerned, I think that, you know, as SD continues to contract, you're going to see more Blu-ray titles coming out from the libraries because we want to fill up that space and make it useful at retail, and SD is continuing to slow up, and it creates the opportunity to bring out more Blu-ray products.
I think we saw this morning from Bill Carr at Amazon. There was a top 10 list of titles that consumers still want on Blu-ray. There were a lot of great titles still on that list. So I'm sure we're all considering all of those, I'm sure. And I think all the studios are very interested in exploring any type of format. These are classics for a reason. They're evergreen, they're enduring. So I think consumers will continue to want them in whatever format available.
I think given the number of technologies that have come along and all the competing multimedia interests you've got from people with iPads and e-books and so forth, and video games, the fact that there's still people that really actively want to own this content and re-own this content as we transition from the standard to DVD is really, really encouraging. We're really bullish about the catalog business going forward.
Just in regard to 3D, I think that's a direction that, you know, has some growth potential for catalog. We don't have that many titles, but those titles are pretty amazing and interesting. So, you know, that's definitely another possibility.
Terrific. Well, I think we're out of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.